Hi there. Thank you. Thanks for joining. Today I'm going to talk about one of the powerful tools within SAP's realm. It is LSMW, Legacy System Migration Workbench tool. There are five things that you need to really know about that LSMW tool. First is it's a data migration tool. It helps you bring data from your legacy systems into SAP. Second, it supports multiple methods of migration. It supports batch input. It supports BADI. It supports IDOC method of migration. So you have a lot of flexibility in using this tool. A third is it is very easy to use. It enters all step-by-step processes as is outlined in the image attached. It allows you to record the transaction that you want to perform multiple times, allowing for like text file input, things like that. So really easy to use compared to other data migration tools. And then it allows you to create reusable projects, meaning you don't create this migration LSMW just one time. You can use it for data correction later on and things like that too. You can use it for multiple projects, bringing in multiple company codes, multiple plants onto SAP system. So it allows for reusable projects. So that's also one of the capabilities of LSMW. And last but not least is it allows for validation and error handling. So there are multiple steps within creating this migration workbench projects, and there are multiple validation steps that you can perform within that to ensure that the data is getting loaded correctly, and at the end of it there are logs and there is ways to debug and find out if there is errors, things like that. Good tool, powerful tool. Not have had as much attention, but it's really powerful if you wanted to migrate data from legacy system to SAP. And we are going to do hands-on, and you will understand how easy it is to kind of move data into SAP system from your legacy system. So stay tuned for the hands-on demo. All right, so let's start with LSMW. So I'm on my SAP screen here. The T code is LSMW. And then you go in here, click OK. And let's create a project. And we'll give a name here. Description here. Okay, we'll keep the same sub project. Return description here. And then the object here. Copy the object. Click OK, and it will create a project here. Let's click on execute. Now these are the steps defined which we need to finish all of these in order to be able to load the data from text file to vendor master, customer master, or in our case material master in SAP. So let's start with the first step. The first step is object attributes. So we change mode to from display to change. Then we select batch recording. We don't have any recording, so let's go ahead and record the transaction. Now before we start that, let's look at one of the material we already have, and then we'll simulate similar. So let's go ahead and MM03, and this is the material that we'll look at. Views, we'll have this limited number of views that we'll create. Plant 8000. And so we'll fill in the basic data tab with unit of measure here. MRP1 tab with MRP type, MRP controller, lot size, and then in MRP2 view we'll have schedule margin key of S96, and then for MRP3 tab we'll have period indicator M and availability check O2. So these are the fields that will populate in material master. So with that in mind, let's start our recording. So let's go ahead, create new recording, and let's give the name of the recording. Okay, I'll give a quick description. Maybe we copy description here. Transaction code is MM01. Material. It's 30. Mechanical engineering operating supplies, we leave that as is, and then I click OK. and then we'll select basic data 1, basic data 2, MRP 1, 2, 3, and then we'll select. He'll ask for plant, so we'll enter the plant and hit enter, and we'll start entering the data. So $30, unit of measure, let's just have it from each. Set to nothing, so let's go ahead. MRP 1, we have MRP type as ND, MRP controller 001, lot size EX. MRP2 we have schedule margin key of S96, and then MRP3 we have period M already populated, and then we have availability check O2, and I guess that those are the required fields. So let's go ahead and save the material. Okay, the material is saved. Let's click on default all. Okay, so these are different screens that we entered data on, and like material description here, base unit of measure. Okay, so like if we don't want say period indicator to be added, then we can go here and we can delete screen field here. So if we so decide to do that way, but we'll keep it this way and save this, and let's go back. Let's go back. Now we need to enter the recording here. So if we select that, because we have only one recording, it will populate here. Let's go ahead and save. Let's go back. Let's go to step number 2. Let's click on object overview. Look at table, and we copy this row. So we'll use this to upload to populate the fields. So let me open Excel and then okay, paste it here. We don't need this two rows, so delete those, and let's go ahead and save as, you can say 0. Now let's save as tab-delimited text file. Save it. So you have the structure saved. So now let's go back. Double click on it. Go to change mode. Create source structure. MM01 source structure. Save it. Go back one step. Source fields. Now here is where we'll load the file. So let's go to from display to change mode, and we select the structure, source field, copy fields, upload the file. So we upload the file. So file should have field name, description, type, length, which is what we have. So let's go ahead, load this. Okay, so we have all the fields here, and we can remove the one that we don't need. So let's remove checkbox, and we'll remove the plant as well, and we'll keep everything else. Guess period indicator is also okay. We can keep that as is. Let's say, let's go back. Now structure relation. So go ahead, change mode. Here we just have to save. Data saved. So let's go back and field mapping. And here we need to create source field. And so let's go from display to change mode and go to source field. Next is industry sector. Material type. In this checkbox, we already know we are going to have the rule of constant. Select the rule. Source field. Sorry, I keep doing this, but needs to be rule. Okay, make that mistake again. Then plant will be 8,000. So, okay, so look at rule. It won't come from the file, it's constant. So it's 8,000 here. Now material description will be the source field and it will come from the file. So let's start at the bottom. So availability check, source field. Period indicator, source field. Schedule margin key, source field. Lot size, source field. MRP controller. MRP type. Alright, so all the fields have been set up except the unit of measure. So let's go ahead and set up the unit of measure. So all the fields are set up now. So let's go ahead and save this mapping. So data is saved. So let's go back. In this step, if you have any translations, fixed values, but we don't, so we'll go back, do nothing here. And the next step is we'll specify the file here. So we'll look at the input file. We need to create input file based on the structure that we have. So this is our structure. So what we'll do is we'll copy this. And then this is a brand new Excel file, and we'll do paste special, and we'll put as transpose. Okay. And so now we'll enter the data here and then save as tab-delimited text file and use it. Okay, so before we do that, we need to delete all the checkbox in the plant. So let's go ahead and delete those and let's paste data here. Alright, so we have the data here, and we'll remove this 3 rows. So this is how the data file looks. Then we'll save it. Now this is saved as tab-delimited text file, which we'll upload. So let's go here and specify the files, the change mode, upload the file, name is mandatory. The data is in tabular format and field names at the start of the file. So first row. So Go ahead, save. Data saved. So let's go back. Assign the files. Go into change mode. Save. Read data. Okay, 11 records spread. Display red data. And you can look detail of each of the field and verify, make sure that they match what the label should be. Looks good. Let's do convert data. Okay, data conversion complete. Now this will add all the checkboxes and the plant. So let's go ahead and display converted data. Okay, let's look at detail of one of the fields here. Okay, so it added all these checkboxes and the plant, and then it added all these other fields here. Let's go back. Let's create the batch input session. Created with 11 transactions. So let's run the batch input here. So it created. So let's go ahead and click process. And let's run it in the background. And then it's sent for processing. So let's go look at the logs. It is in processing. Let's go back. Back. Let's go ahead and display details. Okay, so here it shows transaction process successfully, material 51 through 61 created successfully. Now let's go ahead in MM03 and see if it created 61. 61. Select views, it has all these views. So let's go ahead and select all of those. Plant 8000. Okay, so it has unit of measure, description here, and MRP1 had MRP type, MRP controller, and lot size. MRP2 had schedule margin key, and MRP3 had availability check and the period indicator. So by this we were able to upload 10-12 materials using LSMW. You can do similar for customer master, vendor master, general ledger account, all those things also. So pretty straightforward to use. I hope this hands-on exercise was useful to you. Maybe it will be useful to you in future. Thank you. Thanks for watching.